petition before the Public Service Commission is saying in one voice that the Director of Public Prosecution has lost his public mandate. He is no longer exercising his powers or discretion in a manner that brings confidence to his office. So, in summary, we are saying that there has been a loss of his sense of impartiality in discharging his functions, as is evident through a communication dated the 9th day of June 2021. The DPP, through his assistant, Senior Counsel Dorcas Oduor, writes on behalf of the DPP that in matters involving huge sums of money or persons who are deemed to be high in the rankings of the society, he should first be consulted before these individuals are brought to book or are charged before a competent court of law. So this in itself tells us that in the eyes of the Director of Public Prosecutions, he has people who are higher in terms of their ranking, and they should be accorded a different treatment in the manner in which, if police officers are to arrest or if they are to be charged before a competent court of law. So in another perfect example, which is the most recent example, and we have seen it in the case of Direct Line Assurance Limited, where it is evident that now, since the owners of Direct Line Insurance Limited have the capacity to begin or commence public prosecutions, they can have their day in court. But what happens to other people in this country who have genuine criminal complaints, but they cannot have these individuals prosecuted through a private prosecutor? So that is the question. And if you were to look keenly into the file or the facts that have resulted into the complaint that has been levied by the directors or the Direct Line Assurance Limited, it's quite simple. There has been a squandering of a lot of money, to be specific about 4 billion shillings, that has been squandered by individuals who are now untouchables in the eyes of the DPP. There are sacred cows that cannot be slaughtered or cannot be brought before the court to answer to their crimes. There has been failure to comply with statutory requirements at the bare minimum, which does not even require any investigator to go and bring in evidence before a competent court of law. But with a clear failure to apply or to accord with statutory timelines, the DPP has refused to move. He has refused to take action against 14 individuals who have not only stolen money, but have offended the direct provisions of the Insurance Act. So in a nutshell, what we are saying, and this is what the citizens should hear, is that the manner in which this public officer is exercising his powers requires that we, as the Kenyan citizens, or as it has been done by this individual who has petitioned, is that we should now petition, and this is not even a closure to the door. People should come out and petition against the removal of the Director of Public Prosecution for having failed in his exercise of his duties. So really, that is the point. If a public officer does not live to the expectations of the people have it within their rights to begin a process or to commence a process that will ultimately lead to the removal. We pay him using our taxes. We expect, and this is the public expectation, that where we identify or where the investigators identify a crime, the person exercising those powers in his capacity, being the Director of Public Prosecution, should take it upon himself to charge this individual. It is our greatest public interest that criminals should be prosecuted. We should not be having files gathering dust at the office of the Director of Public Prosecution, all in the name that probably he does not think that these individuals should be prosecuted or not. And as my seniors have eloquently put it, we are still fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Lots of monies have been stolen or allegedly have been stolen through the KEMSA scandal, which we are all aware of. And now the question that we ask, a year past the detection of that scandal, do we have anybody who has been brought to this honorable court to answer to those offenses? And the response that we all have is, no, there is nobody who has been brought to answer to those offenses. And yet money is said, the Parliamentary Commission is saying money was lost. Everybody is acknowledging that indeed we have lost huge amounts of money through the exaggeration of things or prices of commodities. And no head has rolled. So as my seniors have eloquently put it again, We applaud the efforts that we have put, as this group has put, to bring together this petition, and we hope that in the fullness of time, the DPP will do that which is honorable. Even before the hearing of that petition, he can as well even resign down his tools, and we can now begin the process of recruiting another one. Thank you.